Let us find out indeed. Today, we are going to be covering some companions. So, my camera's being weird, so let's fix that. I think I'll go with my Blue Idea workshop background today. I also have my exciting Criddles Taste the Painbow shirt on. Doing a little, I'll be DMing tonight. The Sven Zone homebrew, so come check it out. Schedule's down below if you're watching live. Go to the Twitch channel, you can see all the schedule, or just go to my YouTube channel. Search for Spencer77 on YouTube, and you can find all the different playlists of all the different shows I do. Live stream, D&D, or prepping shows like this for D&D and Starfinder. I even do a little bit of Magic Gathering, usually once a week. Uh, some point during the day on Thursday, and so other random streams every once in a while just to mix things up. Let's start with a quote today, shall we? I'm playing with my cleric deck. If I make a mistake, that will be clerical error. All right, so we're gonna be messing with companions today. So let's go to our library. I'm going to go ahead and change the scale UI so you guys can see a little bit better. /scale UI space 110. Let's make it 105. There you go. It's a little bit better. All right, so we're in our library now. You see all of our books here. We are looking for the Alien Archive tree right here. Boom. Open up the reference manual. The best of the manuals. All right, and so now we're going to go all the way down to companions. It's Mr. Atomic. Welcome, sir. Let's find out what he ended his show with today, shall we? Those of you who are not familiar with Atomic, definitely check him out early morning. Atomic Hero Squad, Atomic_Hero Squad to be exact. He's playing some Smite today. Cool thing is, if you watch for a little while, you'll then be able to pick which hero he uses, make him change his appearance, play musical interludes. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do. Interact with him, and he always talks and answers questions and stuff. So he's a good guy. Atomic Hero Squad, check him out. And like I said, unlike most streamers, he does lots of different games, so it's cool. If you don't like what he's doing, come back half an hour later, or just leave him on, and then come back and check him a half an hour later, and he might be playing something else. So lots of cool stuff. All right, so we're looking for the companions, which are in this book. It's weird. Let me see how they see. Ta-da! What happened to my camera? Okay, interesting. Let's see. Nice thing is about using XCam, is that I rarely have issues with my camera, so I don't know really how to troubleshoot because I haven't had to very much. There we go. Ta-da! Starfinder Alien Archive 3. And in the back, okay, so it's just before the appendix. It actually says creature companions. So critter companions, there they are in all their glory. So let's see, it would be, if it's not under the appendices, so it's in between, it's right there, after Z, before appendices. So where in the world is the companion section? Alright, so I had found it before and saved it in my hotbar. And the cool thing is FantasyCons makes it really easy. That is very odd. It doesn't appear to be in, let's see. Oh, here we go. No, those are depth, those are options, and let's see. So here's all the feats that are available to them. Creature companion feats. It's just weird because normally the reference manual is the place to go. So when you're looking for your books, if you want to share something with your players, if you want to have a special thing that you can pull and put to the side, the reference manual is the place to go because all these can be pulled out like that. And now you have this special thing you can share with your players or put into a note, put into your hotkey, all those different things. And it's just really weird that the this reference manual has that whole, it's 4 pages, 4 or 5 pages maybe even. Let's see, it's from 138 to all the way to, I take that back. So it's 138 all the way to 148. So 10 pages. That's just missing from this reference manual. Just looks like a mistake they made when they did the conversion. Very, very odd. Um, Especially because it's an official Paizo product. They normally don't make these type of mistakes. It's not under C. Just doing a last minute check. It just boggles my mind that those 10 pages are just missing from this reference manual. Okay. Um, Maybe it's under the players. Let me check that. Maybe. There it is. Creature companions. Okay, so it's in the players one, but not the DM. That is just weird. All right, so here we go. Now we're at cooking with gas. So as it mentions here, you can have a pet. A companion can be a pet. They can be a mount. They can be a combat-ready tactical ally, or a blend of all those things. Um, and you work with your GM as far as figuring out how you obtain this thing. Um, but it's actually very Fantasy Grounds makes it really nice on how to use them and how to make them. Um, it also talks about how do you gain it. This is it's basically just a lot of role playing things. Um, and if you find one, you can bond with it, or creating it at level 1 or at higher levels, replacing them if they die, releasing them if you don't want to have them anymore, things like that. Um, typically, the creature, the companions will level up with you, but there are some that have level caps, and so they can only be so high, and then they'll stop. So that is also something to think of when you're gaining your companion. So if you have a mount that you really like, and he only goes up to level 5, now you're level 10, and although your mount at level 5 was awesome, now he's just not doing enough damage or not hitting the creatures because he's not doesn't have the armor class, the attack modifier, stuff like that. So it's something to think about. You may want to upgrade the mount and switch it out for a different companion, or start with a companion that goes up higher. Um, all the different feats, and we talked about that briefly. The more feats you take, the more they can do. So basically, all companions start off being able to move on their turn. Um, the cool thing about the way they have the Starfinder set up too is in the combat tracker, the companion always goes right after the player every time. So you got the player, then the companion goes. So it's really nice. It automatically, even when I do stuff like I re-roll initiative every turn, Starfinder does it automatic. I mean, Fantasy Ground does it automatically. Immediately goes right after the player. Um, but like I said, their basic action they get to do for free is move. Anything more than that, you have to spend. The player spends their actions to allow the companion to do stuff. The more feats you have, the higher level feats you have, and things like that, then the easier that is. Until you get to the point where you are after you act. So with the companion virtuoso, each round on your turn after you act, if you didn't grant your creature any actions, your creature can forgo its normal move to make a full attack. So 2 attacks with a -4 to attack. Um, you can also control your companion up to 120 feet. Uh, and so, and then everything down there. Um, from there, it gets, so it's really cool. Well done. You have a combat trained mount, mounted expert are the other 2 things if you're going to focus on a mount. So that's the overall view. There are equipment here. So there's an environmental field collar, uh, generating an environmental field around the pet. You have a pet carrier and riding saddle. Those are 3 things you get. I do want to give him an environmental field collar though. So let's so the reason we're doing this at all is because somewhere since they've been doing some upgrades and tweaks of Fantasy Grounds, Starfinder within Fantasy Grounds, um, somewhere along the way, our Doc Dade's companion got a little messed up. His name is Beaker. He is a Squawks. If you minimize this for a moment, right click and minimize, makes a little bubble like this. You can just open it back up by clicking on it. So this is his Squawks right there. Poof, little dude. Let me show you one more. Let me see. I have it. Poof. That's a different colored one. So that's what he has with him. His name is Beaker because he's a doctor, biohacker to be exact. So right there on your front page of your character sheet, you can open up the companion. All right, and so this is the issue with him. He should not have all of this, and I don't know why he does. So I'm considering simply just making a new one, because I don't know if I want to, or if I'll even be able to delete these. All right, so let's check it out. Let's go and see. So a couple different things you can do. You go to characters, and when you are here, you can then go to, I could have sworn that's where they were. Did they switch them? So to make a new one, you go to races, companions, and it shows you all the companions. What is going on? There should be a link. There used to be a link right here. It looks like a little dog head for companions. That is odd. And in the where is the? Let me take a look. Maybe they tweaked it a little bit and changed it. So we're going to go to our options. Going to go to our sidebar, companions. Okay, this is a new one. So it looks like they've made changes to this. There you go. See, so his is right. He only has the 2 special abilities. But his is not right. All right. Okay, so we click on plus, add item. So here's our companion. Companions are very different than PCs for lots of different reasons. So let's see if we can't get, first of all, we don't want this token. We want the, go to our assets, tokens. We want trained squawks. Name is Beaker. We'll just fix it later. Boom. I'm also going to, let's see, go to images. I'll swap out the image down here for the right one. shrink this down. Hold down Control, left click, and you can change the shape. Then use your mouse wheel to zoom in. You can also click Zoom to Fit up in the toolbar right here. Either way. So now I'm going to go to my press Alt, Control, Shift. There it is. So down here is squawks. This window is a little bit bigger. There we go. And all you have to do is just drag it down. See, I've grabbed the symbol, drag it down, and just drop it on top. All right, so the whole point of that was just to, instead of having this one, it's also a squawk, it's just a different flavor. Uh, the players liked the gray one better. All right, so here we go. Now you just go into your races. Very simple. Races, he is a squawks. Go to companion races like we have right here. And you do just like when you make a character, you take your squawks, drop it over here, and drop it. Boom. There we go. Close this, and then all you do is hover your mouse wheel over their level and use the mouse wheel. Now he's level 2. That is it, my friends. You can see at level 2, he has a 12 EAC and a 15 KAC, so that's not bad at all. He's got 20 hit points, which is decent. Every time you take a 10-minute rest, he can get half of them back, as long as Doc Dade takes a 10-minute rest. He's got a spike, a speed of 40, and a climb of 20. He also does 1d4 plus 2, which you may think, oh, 1d4, who cares? Okay, at level 2, that's not bad at all. You got people shooting lasers that do 1d4, stuff like that. So it's not bad. Plus 3 to hit, also not decent, not bad at all. And you look at his stats, he's got really good stats. He's got acrobatics of 14 to balance. Athletics, stealth of plus 10. I don't know why it's twice. What happens here if he rolls? Plus 10, yeah, okay. So lots of cool stuff that he can do. Plus he has squawks, tricks, which is empty. Why is it empty? All right, so let's fix that, shall we? We'll go here. We go to I don't remember where it came from, so let's find it. Trying to breathe. Okay, so let's see. It came from Alien Archive 3, remember? And by the way, so let's first of all, before we tweak this one particular thing, let's finish with the companions. So I've got my 3 companions here. You then open up your character, NPC. I mean your player character. All you do is take him, drop him here. Wait, no. It says you must release the companion first. Okay. So you right click on it, delete it. Now add it. There you go. So now when he comes in as a player, he clicks this and it opens up this. I'm going to go ahead and delete the old one. Fix this one's name. Yes, so is the one next to it. And we'll go ahead, I don't like how it's misspelled, so we'll just go ahead and take that. go to my companion, my companion list, which is here, and drop him on. There we go. All right, cool. So that's, like I said, it's very easy to build a companion. You can even make them from scratch, which is just a matter of filling in this information. It's really not that difficult. Um, if that's something you ever choose to do, especially if you're using a pre-made creature that has a lot of that information. Um, the squawks is one I built. Okay, so, which is why it's missing, why there's an issue there. So let's go to NPCs and see if I can find my, is there a train squawks here? There is. All right, so he's in an archive. There it is, squawks tricks. So we then open this up to read only. What? Alright, so I could make, I'm going to do it. My typing skills are not that good. So what I'm going to do is go to NPCs. I already have, oh, I have a copy of one. What is this? So this is okay. So that's weird because it's here on this one. Anyway, so boom. Hold down shift to highlight everything. Come on. Control C. Well, why isn't it working? Why isn't it going in here? And now it's there. Okay, I don't know what's happening, but alright. So it says you can use acrobatics to jump, and Squawks can use the acrobatics bonus as its attack bonus when it attempts a dirty trick, a disarm, or trip combat maneuver. And the Squawks' tail, 2 front paws, and mouth count as hands for a disarm attempt. Interesting. Okay, so there we are. There we have it. Oh, I see. Never mind. I'm so confused. I've confused myself. By the way, on the companion itself, in the companion list from here, it has the owner. Alright, so this is for some reason not letting me tweak this one. Oh, does it? It says it's because it's read only. Okay, let me see. Open. It's not letting me do it. That's weird. Okay. This is an NPC. Okay. Close. So I'm going to go to the races, companion races, open up the Squawks companion, and it's right there. It's all there. It's written here. Ah, there we go. Something happened, so that's why it looks like there was a mistake there when I wrote it. All right, so let's go ahead and fix these. Locked it. Close it. Okay, so yeah, so there's a mistake here. It shouldn't be this big. It should be, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, point is, it's there. What is that? Oh, okay, I can do that. I can explain about the squawks. Where are the squawks? Train squawks. Other, here we go. Alright, so it gives a history of them. So now that's available to anybody who wants to use a squawk companion. There you go, cool. 2 feet in length, weighing around 15 pounds. Very cool. And it's listed as a companion. So now we close it, close it, close it. So now the question is, does Beaker have all that stuff? Let's check. Notes. I'll also put those notes here. There you go. All right, in the inventory, I'm going to put this stuff that we were talking about before. So what I had done here we go, the environmental collar. All right, I guess it's not in here, so we'll minimize this again, go to items, and go collar, small, boom, there we go. He's got the environmental field color. I'm also going to give him the pet carrier to Doc. What? Is that what it was called? That's weird. Let me check. Yeah. Oh, it's an armor upgrade. That's weird, but it should still show up. Oh, I think he's small, so he wouldn't be able to use a pet carrier. So that's pretty cool. It allows you to put doesn't show his size. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Nope, that's notes. Tiny. Okay, so that's cool. Hey, Drake, how you doing? Looking at the companion rules for Starfinder. Really well done. It would be nice if they did something similar in D&D for companions. It would make life a lot easier. Drake Takes does really good live play Dungeons and Dragons. Um, they were last playing Dungeons and Dragons. As a matter of fact, I was a player in that last live play he was doing. So check him out on Twitch and the U's and the Tubes. See all his stuff that he does. He also is the one that makes my intro videos. So another friend of mine does the music, Marbania. All right, so this pet carrier upgrade is very cool. I'm going to go ahead and give that to him. So what it does is allows him to take refuge in his armor. That's really cool. I just have to find that stupid thing. All right, so let's see let's check out what his armor is. See if we can give it to him. So if you see this on your character sheets, D&D or Starfinder, it does this blankness. What had happened is when they make a change to something. So say they wanted to put, instead of changing darts they change it to dart. If they hit enter, it makes a new thing. So that happens by accident quite a lot. So anyway, Kasatha mica cord. Okay, let's see. What I'm looking for is the number of upgrades. Why am I not seeing it here? Alright, so let me go to items. Go to second skin. Upgrade slots. Okay, so because it doesn't exist, he doesn't have any upgrade slots. That's why. Okay. So never mind, he can't get a pet carrier, but because it fits into the armor. Very cool. All right, so here's the rest of his stuff. He's got that. Let's close this down. Go to the main. Let's go to Beaker. Check out here. Okay, so it's not showing here, and it won't let me tweak it. So what we're going to do then is we'll just do it again. Very simple. So for those of you who weren't paying attention the first time, you go to companions. You come here, you say plus, type in the name. Hardest part is finding the right token. Drop it right on him. Go to race. Pick companion races. He is a squawks. Drop it on him. Boom. Now, since I've made the changes, there we go. All that stuff is there like it should be. And then you can hover over it, roll the mouse wheel. He's now level 2, which is what he should have. Do I have pants on? I don't know. I've looked at Drake Takes. Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, Atomic and we can't. We don't know if you have pants on, Drake. That's our own little mental exercise when we watch you. Because like me, I could not have pants on. Who knows? Especially since my stupid camera is being weird again. I don't know why. It's like I said, I don't normally have issues with my camera, and it's odd that it's locked up twice today. At least, I mean, the whole may have been locking up a lot more. I don't know. I don't really look at my camera very much. I do not have pants on. I have shorts on today, actually. So anyway, blame XSplit for all the issues with my camera. That's right. It's all XSplit's fault. Like I said, nice thing is I don't normally have issues. Very rarely. And so I really don't know how to troubleshoot because I've never needed to. XSplit has been great. And my little piece of crap Walmart camera has been great as well. Mine sometimes does that. No idea why. Shrug. Yep. So anyway, I can understand if there was issues with the stream. You know, if I have so much going on sometimes, but that is not the case. I normally have a lot more. I normally have Discord, a second instance of Fantasy Grounds running, VC with 3 or 4 cameras. So I normally have all those things happening um, when I'm streaming, and it works just fine. So anyway, apologize for digressing. Here's our creature. It's done. It's ready to go. I'm going to kill the first. I'm going to delete him from there. Delete him from the list of companions. Fix the new one's name. And then what you do is you drag his token over to him. Boom, there he is. That's it. Down here on the bottom, if you look, dock date right there. Boom. So it's all set, ready to go. Like I said, he's all ready to go in the combat tracker. Now he typically does not use Beaker, but if he were, here he is, Bink. Let's go ahead and menu, initiative, roll all initiatives, and you will see Doc Dade will always be right above his companion. Next round, click. I change my initiative every round. So instead of having an 18, now has an initiative of 16. Look, there it is, Beaker, right there. So that's why I like about the companions in Starfinder. I believe it has something to do with the fact that it's on their character sheets, on Doc Dade's character sheets, where he's pulling this information from. But it's really cool. All his stuff is set up. This is for Doc Dade to roll it right from his character sheet, Beaker's character sheet. Um, all his attacks and damage and all that stuff. So it gets really nice. And I'll just show you real quick since it's so easy. By the time let's see, click. Okay, maybe. Oh, there we go. Took a second. All right, so let's say he gets to level 9. I think that's his max he can get. Oh, 10. At level 10, he has a plus 13 to hit. He's doing 2d8 plus 10 damage. He has an EAC armor class of 23, KAC of 26. He has 120 hit points. So, not to mention, his skills are plus 15 to his acrobatics, uh, stuff like that. So he's the way they do the companions is amazing. They're very viable, unlike most companions in other role-playing games. It's really well done. Let's put him back to 2. There we go. So I have a 9th level player who has a little spider companion. Again, like 100 triple digit hit points, doing bunch of damage. Each person is a little different. Each companion is a little different. Your mounts are going to be different too, and stuff like that. They're different sizes and shapes and all these different things, but they're all set up the same way. You can see here the companion, the setup they have for them. So you can see here, they're doing 3d4 at level 9 plus 9. This is their attack bonuses. And then their saves also go up as well. At level 10, their plus save bonus is 10 plus whatever their stat is. So by the time they're level 20, they're doing 13d6 plus 20. They've got 35 armor class, 38 KAC. So hit points are 300 by the time they hit level 20. So the companions are really good, lots of fun, and it costs. So when he leveled up to level 2, you subtract this from this. So it costs him $400 credits to level his squawks up to level 2. When he hits level 3, it'll cost him 700 and 6 and 9. So as all those different, that's all there is to it. So it's really simple, really easy. I like the way Starfinder did it. All right. So he is now fixed, ready to be used, ready to go. I found the reference manual, so it's just for some odd reason it's not in the GM's version. So it just doesn't make sense to me. All right, let's go ahead and send this so I can. By the way, if you slash clear, boom, it gets rid of everything in your thing. So there have been times when I've accidentally posted something in the chat and I'm like, oh, my mistake. Boom, clear, get rid of it. Or a private message is supposed to be to one player, and instead of dragging it to the token, you accidentally hit enter, stuff like that. Just hit clear, and it goes away. All right, so that was the main thing I needed to do according to my handy dandy notebook. The other thing I like to do, since we just played this, since the last streamed, last Sunday was this live play. Let's go ahead and go to the calendar and the message of the day. Message of the day, boom. So basically all they did was they are in the Horizon House. Show you where they are. They're in the Horizon House. They came in this room here. They fought an imp, drove it away. They came into this room where they were shown images, holographic images of whatever they were thinking at the time. And then could have gone this way, but instead they went up. And they fought this creature and its rider. Now, I haven't said anything to them because honestly, I just don't want to deal with the headache. But this is a trained mount. It's a big lizard creature. But it's a trained mount. It's like a horse. They could easily, with a couple good rolls, train it and have it become one of their mounts. They could then have a mount and ride this thing wherever they wanted to ride it. Doc Dade already has a companion, so he couldn't. But like the little Orindor is a halfling. So again, if we'll look at our pictures real quick, right click, minimize, right click. I can't minimize this one, but I'll move it down. Twitch couldn't write it. Or I guess he could, but this doesn't make sense. But especially a little guy on this giant beast riding it in. He wouldn't be make sense for him to ride it because Verity is a sponge, so he has a big shield and he runs up and he blocks people and does damage, puts himself in the way of other players. That's his build. So riding a mount wouldn't really work for him, but uh, either of these two would make a good mount for. But one, they don't watch my show, which is sad, and two, they didn't think of it. So I might drop one more hint that the thing is like a horse. And so we'll see. So, but anyways, that's what they did. They went in there, they killed it. So we need to change the message of the day. We're gonna switch. They don't want to lead them. I don't want to lead them too much. No, I don't want to lead them too much. One, because honestly, they're not going to be doing a lot of traveling. If they were doing overland travel and stuff like that, I would probably give a lot more hints. Um, but they're mostly walking through the cities and doing stuff like that, uh, going into buildings and stuff. So having a mount, if anything, is going to be more of a pain in the butt than it's going to be benefit them. Um, However, it is doable, and I will do it if that's what they choose to do. Uh, by the way, you notice here it says, tell on my message of the day, it says, tell Sven I saw it, or private message me in chat, I saw it, and I will give your character a Mark 1 healing serum. Out of my 5 players, 1 read the message of the day. So that's sad. But I'll keep doing it, and I'll keep putting stuff like this in it so that they will keep checking it. You need better players. um, I don't know, Drake. If you did the same thing, put that in the bottom of your message of the day and see how many people see it. Especially if the message of the day is long enough that you have to scroll down. Anyway, so I've got the picture of the burning mother, which is where they are. They're in Bubble Cities. I've got a picture of the Frozen House, the map they're on. That's perfect. So I like to have that. So what the message of the day for me does is it uh, catches them up. Oh yeah, this is what we were doing. That's right. And gives them the map of wherever they're playing, and gives them cool little pictures of different things. To remind them of what's going on. So they take the line crawler to clear light. Bink. Nice little picture. The midnight core 7 crew. Take the line crawler to clear light. Got the picture. And then at 1:30 they arrived at the Horizon House. And were greeted by an imp who, after warning them to leave, attacked. thanks to a serum by Doc Dade, they drove off the imp and managed to keep Verity from going back to Asana Town. So the imp casts a powerful spell. It's a suggestion spell. It's a third level spell, and what it does is it's a one-time save or suck spell. So if the person saves, it does nothing. It's very frustrating as a player. If they fail, they never get another roll, and they, for however long the duration was, in this case it was 3 hours, the person who failed to save does whatever they were told to do, as long as it doesn't hurt them. So in this case, the imp told this guy, go back to Asana Town, which is where they came from, and so he failed his save, so he would have spent 3 hours. Now the first turn, everybody else didn't care. So he turned around and left, started walking away, and I was like, anybody gonna help Verity? Is anybody gonna do anything? And they were like, well, I don't know. And so he walked another 60 feet. So, I mean, if I really wanted to be particular, he could have double moved. He could have even run. I didn't tell him to run, so I just told him to go back. Um, but he should have been logically double moving, just walking a normal pace, which would have been 60 feet around, very quickly outdistancing them and gone. Um, but I was nice, and through a series of grappling him and um, smacking him and biting him, and they did damage to him a couple times. And every time they did damage to him, I let him have another save. So took 3 times. He took like 15 points of damage, but he finally made his save. Um, so Drake says, so we were talking about how my message of the day had the little I saw it to give them an extra bonus to their XP. And Drake says, yeah, I used to do stuff like that, and players are just whatever. I keep my expectations low now. And Atomic says, yeah, it's the best way to live a life of happiness. So, um, so they finally got Verti back on track, and really, what I should have done, per rules as written, is they would have had to tie him up and wait the hour until the urge stopped. Um, all right, so now we're getting back to our message of the day. And then, so it's now 1:45. During a short rest, I'm not going to worry about this here. Like I said, they don't read it. They don't like reading a lot. So um, I'm just going to say, boom. Couple rooms later, they fought a, it's not Sunrise Collective, but we'll say it's Sunrise Collective. Sunrise Collective mounted soldier. They fought and killed because I didn't kill the imp, by the way. The time, so now we go to our calendar, hold your cursor over the time, and just use the mouse wheel. Hold control and then the mouse wheel to change the time. It's now, I think they took another 10-minute rest, so it's 55. We'll just round it up to 2 a.m. You saw here on the picture of the burning mother, they're on the surface of the sun. So it's not dark at all. It never gets dark in this bubble city they're in. Time is 2. All right, and so this is where they are. I'll go ahead and delete this. All right, so nice and short and sweet this time. Message of the day is ready to go. All right, and that's gonna do it for me for today. Reading is fundamental, absolutely, Atomic. So from here, this door is blocked and closed. They're leaning toward going this way. I'm going to go ahead and add this encounter in because I think that's the way they're going to go. I sort of half want to force them to go back over here, but it's the life of DM. This whole section over here, this is where the big boss is in this party, in this section right here. This big domed area is like a observatory dome. But they cannot get there from over here. You have to go through here and then go through this room up here because that door is locked as well. It's welded shut. So they have to go into here, fight a mini boss, and then get to the main boss. It's just a little bit sad because if they do go this way, which it looks like they're leaning toward, they're going to miss these 5 rooms here. Not the end of the world, 4 rooms. Not the end of the world, but they may come back and check them out later. But it's going to be sort of anticlimactic because all the big bad guys will have been fought. So I led them this way by saying, these doors are shut and locked, but actually what I said was these doors were locked. They could have opened up, absolutely. These doors were closed. This door looked like someone had left it just a tiny bit open. Someone had gone to shut it, but it didn't actually latch all the way. So they decided to go this way. They took the bait. But then, instead of continuing on, they just opened the door. Boom, and this guy was standing right here and shot them. Anyway, so let's go ahead and add this encounter in. There we go, encounter. Click, because they have a habit. So there we go, there's the people. They have a habit of just walking into places. So we're going to go ahead and add them to the combat tracker. Put them on the map so that as soon as they open the door, they're going to get shot. If they change their mind and go back down through or go up to here, then they'll have other encounters. All right, so we are ready to go, ready to rock and roll for this Sunday. Is actually the other group. They're the ones who were climbing up the 80-story skyscraper and finished that up and are now back on track. They're finally in the last location where they're supposed to be for this the story arc that they're in. They had to find these different, go to 2 different places to get clues to get, which led them to a third place to get the final security code they needed to get into the temple found, and they just entered the temple found. So they're in the last building that they're gonna go through to finish up this part of the story. They'll be finishing up book 5 uh, of the Dead Sons campaign. So join us. It's Sunday at 5:30 Eastern. 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, and come check us out. Follow them on YouTube as well if you want to see how they got to where they are, what they did last time, um, and come back. Join me next week. If you are a Starfinder fan, have any questions as you're watching this on YouTube, put them in the comments. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to go to Atomic_Hero Squad and Drake Takes, all one word. Both great guys, good streamers, great people. And whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.